Halo, selamat sore, selamat datang di Amerika. Nama saya Dina, Dina. Untuk yang baru pertama kali datang ke Amerika adalah American Center di Jakarta, di mana kami berusaha berbagi informasi mengenai Amerika melalui acara-acara menarik setiap harinya dan juga fasilitas yang kami punya di sini. Ngomong-ngomong acara-acara menarik selanjutnya, saya akan memberikan informasi sedikit mengenai acara-acara kita yang akan ada selanjutnya. Jadi, nanti di tanggal 29 Maret, hari Jumat, kita akan ada presentasi Chat with US Alumni, Professional Schools of International Affairs. Jadi yang tertarik bisa langsung saja datang ke acara ini karena tentunya acara di Amerika semuanya gratis dan tidak perlu registrasi terlebih dahulu. Jadi bisa langsung diajak teman-temannya dan keluarganya untuk ikut acara ini. Dan selanjutnya, untuk teman-teman yang ingin melanjutkan kuliah ke Amerika, siapa tahu masih ada yang bingung bagaimana cara daftarnya, atau mungkin ingin tanya-tanya scholarship apa yang tersedia, bisa langsung datang ke Amerika karena kami punya Education USA, di mana kami punya advisor yang selalu standby untuk menjawab pertanyaan Anda mengenai kuliah di Amerika. Kami ada di sini dari jam 1 siang sampai dengan jam 9 malam, dari hari Senin sampai dengan Minggu. Dan kalau hari Sabtu kami di sini lebih pagi dari jam 10 pagi. And these are the highlights of our events. And how to stay updated to our events, simply visit our website at www.america.or.id. Click register, enter your name and email address, and you will be officially our member. And the benefit is you will get newsletter just once a week through your email. And of course, we are also very active with our social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Stellar, and also YouTube channel. And for those of you who still like to tweet, please help spread the love by tweeting to us to @America, and don't forget to use the hashtag @America. And your tweet will appear on our live tweet wall on your right side. To begin today's event, I would like to invite Bapak Jim Servan from Econ US Embassy Jakarta for the opening remarks.
Terima kasih. Selamat sore. How is everybody this afternoon? Good? Come on, guys. How many people? Can I get a raise of hands? How many people here are competing in the program this afternoon? How many people are on a team? Congratulations, guys. I got to say, sorry, my name's Jim Servan. I work at the Econ section here at US Embassy Jakarta. I've been here for a couple of years, and I have to say Indonesia has been an incredibly inspiring place to work. I cover things like ICT, the digital economy. I cover intellectual property, cybersecurity, so all the new and cool stuff is kind of the things that I focus on. But really, there's nothing newer or cooler than what's going on with entrepreneurship these days, especially here in Indonesia. So, pop quiz, what is a unicorn? Does everybody know? Aside from a horse with a giant stick on its head, right? No, it's a startup that's worth more than $1 billion. What country in Southeast Asia has more unicorns than any other country in Southeast Asia? That's right, it's right here. And it's not just because Indonesia is big, it's not just because Indonesia has a giant economy, it's because Indonesia has brilliant entrepreneurs, people who are taking a look at some of the problems we might face here in Indonesia, like, I don't know, macet, the difficulty of getting around town, and then coming up with an idea about how to solve that problem, right? So now we have a Gojek, we see Tokopedia taking off, we see all of these really brilliant ideas, attracting a lot of great investment from all around the world, but really they started with people just like you, just like the teams we have here today. So I am super inspired and really excited to hear from all of our teams and to see what you guys have come up with. But just remember, you know, what you're doing, it might seem small, it might seem like you're just starting from zero, but really you have the potential to develop enormous companies, and there's real potential here to be part of a story that Indonesia is telling that we're really excited about at the Econ section and at the US Embassy, about a country like Indonesia becoming a leader and an economic powerhouse in Southeast Asia and in ASEAN and in the Indo-Pacific region as well. So honestly, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining this boot camp, for going through the process, for really taking a look at your ideas. And I'm super excited to see what everybody came up with. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our MC to get the show started. So thank you all very much.
Dan untuk MC kita pada sore hari ini, beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk Mutiara Aska.
Terima kasih. Alright. There's no familiar faces here, but I'm sure you guys are excited for today. Are you guys excited for today? Oke, aku dengar katanya kalian punya jargon. Coba ya, aku panggil ya. Young Changemakers Social. Sorry. Okay. Young Changemakers Social Academy. Once more. Young Changemakers Social Academy. All right. Good job. Okay, selamat sore semuanya. First, let me introduce myself first. My name is Aska, and I will be your host for today. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm so excited to be here, so thank you Campaign ID for giving me the opportunity to become the host for today. Special greetings to Mr. Sean McKee as the Entrepreneurship and Infrastructure Economy Section at US Embassy Jakarta. And then Mr. Jet T. Dornberg at America Director and Deputy. Benedicta Atika, Investment Analyst at Angin. Helga Angelina, Co-Founder of Burgrains. Stephanie Arifin, Director at Plus. And last but not least, Mr. William Gondokusumo as the CEO of Campaign. All right, so before we truly start today, I'm just gonna read out to you what we're gonna have for today, sort of the activities. So the first, we're gonna have the talk show session. It's gonna be led by Mr. William Gondokusumo. And then after that, we're gonna have presentation session. After that, we're gonna have video screening, and then after that, we continue the presentation session. And after that, we're gonna have a graduation, and then we're gonna close the day with networking dinner. So, okay, wait, I'm gonna give you some disclaimer. So today, I'm gonna shift between English and Bahasa a lot, so that you guys can be at least convenient about it. All right, so without further ado, I'm just gonna invite Mr. William Gondokusumo as the CEO of Campaign to be our moderator today. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Okay. So if anyone's looking forward or interested about social entrepreneurship, the next panel is going to be the one you want to hear about. Right? Can I invite onto stage? First, Tika, do you mind? Tika from Angin. Yeah. Then can I invite Mr. Jet from the US Embassy? Thank you. Yeah. Helga, do you mind coming on stage? Yeah, from Burgrains. Thank you. Mr. Sean. Thank you, Mr. Sean. And last but not least, Stephanie from Plus. Thank you. Let's get right to it. All right, so today we're talking about social entrepreneurship in Indonesia and also for the Academy. I would like to start with Jet, an America Director and Deputy Culture Attaché at the US Embassy. All this came about because of you and your team. So thank you very much. Can you share with us a bit about the Academy and what you're hoping to achieve? And did we achieve it?
Thank you, William, for that. First off, I want to start by congratulating all of the people here who are part of the Social Entrepreneurship Academy this year, and to congratulate you all on completing that and coming here today. We're really excited about this opportunity, this program. At America, and I'm the director here at America, is really an organization that's built around believing in and empowering young people in Indonesia. working with young people, thinking about what can we do, how can we help, what kind of conversations can we engender in Indonesia to help young people make Indonesia the country they want to see in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Young people are the future economy, the future leaders of any country. And Indonesians have a wonderful opportunity to expand that out beyond just the breaches of Indonesia and impact the world, change the world. But in many ways, those young people need to look for new ways of understanding the world and building the world. The old structures are not going to give us a new world, improve it. And so entrepreneurship is a key piece of that. And social entrepreneurship is even more important because social entrepreneurship is not just about succeeding, it's about succeeding for everybody, bringing everybody along with you, building a world that you want to see, fixing the problems you see and everybody recognizes. So At America embarked on this program and looked to find partners like Plus and like Campaign.com to help identify promising Indonesians and then invest in them to see what they could do and how they could learn from their experience here. And we hope to continue to build and maintain a relationship with all of the graduates of the Academy as they go through their process, as we see what happens to them. Because this is not just a one-off relationship. We hope to build upon this, that you become inspirations to future Academy graduates. So that's the concept behind this. At America does a lot of programming around entrepreneurship, a lot of programming around looking for inspirational stories, highlighting Indonesians who've made successes. And we continue to do those kinds of programming. But we really wanted this time to do something a little bit more complex, to reach out a little further out into Indonesia and find those elements that with a little bit more extra help, with a deeper conversation, we could help to, I guess, jettison themselves, lead them over the tipping point to where they can start to make some great differences. And also to help them understand perhaps better what it is they're trying to achieve, how to achieve it. And that's sort of what we're looking at to do here today as part of our greater mission to inspire Indonesians, especially young Indonesians. And we do that in a number of different ways here in At America. This is one of those processes we bring in. We also have many conversations with Americans who are dealing with some of the same challenges or are themselves stories in social entrepreneurship. We also do it by talking about opportunities for education in the United States, educations that can help with innovation, that can help with business practices, that can help with social responsibility. And we also do it through looking at technology and interesting technologies here in Indonesia that perhaps you don't have opportunities to see or get involved with as much. And so we do a lot of things with that as well. In fact, we currently have 2 other competitions going on in Indonesia. One is on innovation, which is a coaching and mentoring session around innovation and how new technologies can be applied. And the other one is around filmmaking and making an impact and highlighting awareness on certain issues. So we are constantly doing programs like this. And we look to any partners who want to come and join us and give us ideas and help us think about what are the next programs. I think an important part of any social entrepreneur is not being alone, right? At America is not doing this alone. We're doing this together with other Indonesians, with groups that also recognize the value and the potential that exists.
Thank you, Jan. Yeah, and because interesting thing you were saying about broadening the reach, right? And I think an important thing that you were going for is to make sure the diversity, geographic. Why is it so important for the At America mission to not just, which is great, not just focus on the Jakarta area, but also the American corners and beyond? Is that something that is personally feels?
So yeah, that's very important. I mean, so At America is based here. It's a physical space here in Jakarta. But At America is also a unique space in the world. It's the only one anywhere in the world. It exists here in Jakarta, and exists here in Jakarta for a very good reason, because we see the potential that Indonesia has. Because Indonesia is a country that is growing in democracy, growing in business. It has huge potential it is the foundation of what we sort of think of as the Asia Pacific. It's it's the heart of Indonesia, the Indo-Pacific, which is a hugely important growth region, important for trade, important for products, important for connecting places that really matter. But at America, part of its uniqueness is its ability to reach out beyond just the Jakarta area, to reach out beyond just the audiences that we find here, across the whole archipelago, to help bring Indonesians together, to recognize the strength in diversity that exists within Indonesia. We also see ourselves not only as a hub for Indonesia, but also a hub for all of ASEAN. And so in that way, we help to highlight Indonesia as a potential, as a source of leadership within the region, and help Indonesians recognize their place in this greater community.
Thank you. And Sean, as the Economic Assistant for Entrepreneurship Infrastructure Economics Section, what are your thoughts about Indonesian civic society, and what's the social entrepreneur's role in it?
Sure. Well, first, I think that in terms of social entrepreneurship and civil society here, there's a very strong foundation for civil society and initiatives, and that very much is at the national level. I think that going forward, it would be wonderful to see the continued development of social entrepreneurs and their influence as it moves down to the regional and the district level. So, like, really at the kabupaten level, that is going to be able to, have more impact. So, part of what social entrepreneurs do, in my opinion, is they not only find ways to solve problems rather than just like, oh, it's a problem, we can't do anything, but they find ways to try to solve those problems. And then they also not just do it on their own, like we've been saying, but they also bring in people from their communities. So people begin to see why the work that they're doing is so important. So whether they're trying to, improve nutrition or improve water quality or try to, give people more opportunities for employment, it really is, like the first step is just helping the people that they want to help. And then the next evolution is getting the broader community and the broader society to really appreciate why that's important. And so I think, there's other questions. I don't want to go on too long, but I mean, that's sort of what we've seen in the United States is sort of how things change and how things improve.
And you see that happening in Indonesia right now?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think that I was just doing a quick search before we came on stage, and I was like, I wonder if there's any famous, social entrepreneurs from Indonesia. Turns out there are, and many of them are women. And absolutely, I mean, no, that should be an applause. You should clap. I mean, absolutely. I think I was just looking, one name that popped out at me that I've had the pleasure to meet, the Schwab Foundation gave her an award, Ibu Helianti Hilman from Javara. So, she is just one of many successful social entrepreneurs. But on either side of me are super successful social entrepreneurs. So I think that there is a culture in Indonesia that looks for ways to improve, society. They want to help each other. They want to help their fellow citizens. And we've been very fortunate at from the United States perspective. We've actually had 50 years of history cooperating with Indonesia on social initiatives.
And thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for the U.S. Embassy for all your support. And so, Stephanie from Plus, right? I mean, that's what you do. You know the social enterprise landscape. Do you have anything to add from what Sean just mentioned?
A little shout out for my team members. We have a few Plus members here. So, I guess kicking off what everyone has said, really, it is it's exciting. It's very exciting. It's very much growing. It's very much new, but it's also led by the next generation. And that's what I think is very hopeful and very beautiful at the same time, because you see people who are growing up and now they're in power, yet they realize what they can do. What can they do with their power? What can they do with their business? What can they do with their parents' business? And all these things are now falling into place where everyone's trying to merge what is social impact and what is business together. And you see more and more, this is from the fact of what, like for example, our projects, right? I mean, this is proven that because we have NGOs coming to us, how do we be a social enterprise? And we have corporates coming to us, how do we be a social enterprise? And it's not just coming from the young people, so it's coming from like all different types of aspects, all different types of scale, which is proof that this is real, this is coming up, and everyone should be on the right track.
So not too old, yeah?
Yeah, no, definitely no. Never too old.
And thank you also, Stephanie, for bringing your entire team to Bandung, and you will manage to have some intensive lessons from morning all the way to night and morning again. What are your thoughts about this academy and the program and how it can help the landscape in Indonesia?
I think particularly about this program, I mean, I've had the pleasure to meet all of them back in Bandung and work with them in Bandung, so did my team. Again, you guys, well done for coming this far. And I know what we did with you guys was a lot of information. We squeezed in so much information in 1.5 days. Sorry we overwhelmed you guys, but I know you guys can do it. And I think it will be proved later, I'm sure. But I just want to reinforce you guys, don't be afraid. Just go do it. And I know it won't be easy. I'm not promising you it will be easy, but then again, no businesses or nothing good comes easy. So go for it, you guys. I mean, honestly, all of you guys have so much future. I mean, you guys are so young, and like we were saying, I was right outside, you have the pleasure and the assets and the resources to learn from so many people. Like people on this panel, people on YouTube, people on, there's everything. The whole world is your oyster. So don't worry. You have all the time in the world to learn and to execute what you want to do. And we're here for you, right, guys? But about what we've been doing, I mean, especially at America, I mean, really, it's giving these guys the opportunity to do just this. I mean, most of them come not from Jakarta, where, we were spoiled. We live in this little bubble, as you said. And so I think this is a very, very valuable, very golden opportunity. And I think we need to spread this even more, further out of Jakarta, further out of Java. I think these are the people who really need to learn, really. And so I hope that we will be able to learn just as much from you guys, and how, in terms of how do we replicate this outside of Java. And hopefully we'll reach more and more entrepreneurs like them. And hopefully, again, guys, hope we've imparted some knowledge. I hope we've helped just a little bit. And you have an amazing ways to go.
So William, just to make a point there, those teams that are coming from outside of Java, that is kind of a call to you to help be a partner for us in reaching out beyond Java, right? You're now our ambassadors where you live, please.
Thank you. And I see just now, Helga, you've been nodding your head non-stop, right? As the co-founder of Burgreens, how does it feel to be now a mentor to the next generation of young entrepreneurs? Social entrepreneurs.
Yeah. I feel very excited. I'm very happy and hopeful, just like Stephanie, that the young people actually want to take the more difficult route to succeed, because starting and building a profitable business is already difficult, right? But if you want to make an impact business that is profitable, that is even more difficult. And we see that 30 people are actually doing it just from one program. So very hopeful for the future of Indonesia. I wish when I started, there was programs like this. So it would help me prevent myself making so many expensive mistakes that cost me a lot of stress and a lot of money. So yeah, hopefully this program can be replicated, and also reaching out to other entrepreneurs in rural areas. Not always in Jakarta. Obviously in Jakarta there is a lot of entrepreneurs that needs to be coached as well, tapi di luar Jakarta, that's where the real impact can be made.
Helga, your coaching class was live streamed. You were the third coaching class, and I remember that after your session, people stayed to 9, 10 p.m. They were asking questions non-stop.
Yeah.
What is the number one question that social entrepreneurs keep asking you?
Wow, there were so many questions. Yeah, let me try to recall my memory. Yang paling sering ditanyain ya, I think there are a few. The first one is how do we attract the right investors? Itu lumayan sering I often get asked. And then how to balance between social impact and profitability. And how actually interesting question that I always get adalah how do you manage stress during your first stage of surviving in a business? Yeah, because it's a very, I'm sure you also relate. It's a very stressful time of our life, right?
I'd love to hear your answers. And just now, John, I was hearing that you're a big fan of Burgreens, right? Do you know there was social enterprise when the first time you had a burger there or something?
I'll confess, I was just really, really hungry. But no, I think that that my impression of it is that's an excellent example. Burgreens is obviously a very fortunate, successful example of taking something that we do every day. We all love food, I'm pretty sure, and so it's a wonderful way to think about how can we make food more healthy, how can we make it accessible, how can we also look at ways to make the food mean something more to the broader economy, to the broader ecosystem. So, it's been a real pleasure to have the chance here in Jakarta in Indonesia to actually have Burgreens food, and someday I'll leave and then I won't have Burgreens food. So, but until then, I will continue to have Burgreens. So thank you
so much.
Amen to that. All right, and all of this, everything we're doing is in the hopes that social enterprises can get funded so they also can become unicorns one day with the big hope. And that depends. Yeah? Tika, I'm looking at you on your network of angel investors. Can you share a bit with what do your network look for and
So before we're talking about the angel investors, I just want to explain about the general ideas about impact investing in Indonesia, because the players are different. We have different investors for different stage of the enterprises, right? So in this case, angel investors would invest in the early stage, like the entrepreneurs, like Burgreens. They're one of our early portfolios, right? And then if you getting more mature and you're on the growth stage, you will meet another type of investors. So it's important to know which investors you're going to. So when you're coming to the angel investors, usually, because angels usually invest in the early stage startups, they will look more on these founders. They will look at how the team, how the skill set brought by the team, and how the founders can convince them that the ideas work, that the solutions are really important for the society. And that's the first thing. The second one is the commercial case, because impact investment is still investment, right? So even though we are doing social enterprise, but the investors still looking at the financial return alongside the social impact return. That's why it's important to know that your business, your enterprise is really generating revenue and can be financially sustainable. So that's two important things when the angels look at the enterprise.
Thank you for that. And during the workshop, one of the big questions is not just the type of investments, but when to invest. When should a social enterprise founder accept an investment? When do you think is a good time?
I think it's important to know that investment is a tool. It's a journey, it's a method, it's not the goal, right? So it's your decision, it's the founder's decision whether you need the investment. So sometimes people will come to us and they ask for the investment, but they're actually not really suitable for investment because they actually don't need it. They don't have to scale. It's okay to focus on what you're doing now locally, but having a good impact, instead of going to investors asking for money, but you cannot do it anyway. So, so when you ask when is the right time to ask for an investor, ask yourself first whether which goal are you going to, which direction, and assess your own resources, whether external funding is the right tool for that. Because once you got external funding or investors on board, your enterprise would be like so different. Maybe like Helga can also like share the experience.
Yeah, thank you. Just, Helga, go ahead. That was what I was going to ask. Thank you, Atika.
I would agree that having investors on board is quite life-changing because you're demanded to be much more professional. So in my first 3 years of business, I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have a financial plan, not because I didn't want to, I didn't know whether it was necessary, and I didn't know how to do it properly. Even though I went to a business school, somehow I went to a business school and they taught me to make a business plan with such big resources. So when I looked at my business, when I started, it was so small, I didn't think it was necessary. But after I got the investment from Angin, obviously we have to do reportings, like professional reporting. So every month I had to update Angin, and then quarterly I have to send a report, and I have to meet some of the lead investors to actually present what we did in the past quarter and what we're going to do in the next quarter. And we're going to get a lot of advice that at first it sounded very foreign because they use jargons, statements that you don't necessarily understand directly. And then I had to Google afterwards because I had to nod and give the impression that I understood, and then right after I had to Google and finally making sense of all the advice, right? So, but you get used to it, right? And for me, it was very helpful to make structure the team to be much more professional and much more accountable to the KPI of each department. So overall, I'm very happy working with them. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for your investment. Yeah. Yes, and I think a good point that Helga put just now is the difference between sometimes in business school, they go very macro or big business, whereas sometimes what a social entrepreneur is something small. Something that Stephanie, you went through with them was the social business canvas versus just a business canvas. Why don't you share a bit the difference between the different skills of it?
The difference between that is really just one box, and that is the social impact box. Because what traditional business, social impact isn't part of the consideration, but rather in a social business canvases, that will be incorporated in it. But now I guess when you put that in, now you have to worry about one of the biggest questions we get asked: how do you measure impact? Which maybe Angin can help answer. Because it is tricky, it is tricky. I mean, we're talking about an industry that's trying to describe within an array of sectors, from agriculture to food to education. And it's a big question, it's a big ask on how to measure impact, because a lot of times people don't know how to do it. And it's very costly in terms of time, effort, and energy, resources. It's not cheap, so, but then again, it's important because people like Angin would have to revert back to it. So again, this canvas that we're talking about, I think it's just that little box, even though it's just one extra box, it reminds them that it's something they have to constantly think about, measure, keep accountable of. And I think hopefully that's something that we've imparted, that they will remember that it's just as important as the business because it's part of the business.
And something measure.
Sorry, William. Just on that point, I think it's interesting to note that this idea of this measurement is really a new growth industry that the United States does not yet have a sort of a silver bullet to understand this. There's a lot of work that's going into understanding data and understanding what makes a difference. I think an important piece of this for everybody, for any social entrepreneur, any kind of social activist, is not that you just wait until after you've done things to go back and look and say, well, what did I achieve? What was it I achieved? You really need to start off with an idea of what you think you're going to make a difference on, so that you can be constantly measuring yourself against that metric, right? You start off with a baseline. You start off with, this is the problem, I understand this is the problem this way, and then you try to see how you can help to resolve that problem over your time frame. Afterwards, you can always look back and go, wow, I had that secondary impact. I didn't really think about that secondary impact. And you'll often see businesses looking back and going, oh, I'm also a social impactor. But it wasn't their goal. It wasn't the metric they were really aiming for. So it's really important that we understand that we're all struggling with this idea of social impact, but you have to start at the beginning of your project with that social impact measurement and not just after you've gone through the process.
To add on top of what Jed said, I think it's very, very important to do exactly what he said, because then you will know whether you're actually successful or not. Because if you don't know what you're measuring, you're just doing, and you will have no sort of accountability or how to weigh, am I doing this right, am I doing this wrong? Because if you realize, if you've been doing it from the start, then you know, oh, my impact isn't that great. What did I do wrong? What can I do better? What can I improve on? Then that becomes the real question on how you move forward. But if you do it the other way, which is like just looking back after doing it 3 years, you won't even know whether you're successful or not. So back to the point where I think it's very important to have that solid foundation of at least knowing what would you like to measure, or what would you consider to be successful.
And do you have any tips on what they should measure?
That's the worst question to ask.
I know.
Maybe Angin can help me. I don't know. God, Sean, would you like to take a stab?
So actually, I mean, I think there's an interesting overlap here, and the overlap is just recently in the news. You probably saw, like, one of the activities that the U.S. and Indonesia are cooperating on was in Surabaya. We focused on a water project, and now 6,000 people have water. And who didn't have water before. They had to walk a long distance, bring it all back to their house, and now they have water. They can just turn on the tap. Now, is it perfectly clean? Can it be better? It can absolutely be better. But that's an example to me of a metric. So if you're talking about the other thing that occurs to me, that like an example of a social good from the United States example would be the school lunch program. Once upon a time, there was no, kids would get up and they'd go to school and they'd be hungry. They wouldn't be able to learn because they'd be tired. And so eventually there was an initiative to, like, what? It would be great if kids could get like a nutritious meal and then they could do better at school. And that started out as a social effort, and now it's a normal thing. And I know that some of the teams here are thinking about nutrition and preventing stunting and improving lifestyles. So as you measure, it's like quantities. What did you do? Not just, we gave some people some food. It's how many people did you help? How many were you trying to help? How many do you think you can help next year? And those are the types of things, like when we look at it from sort of a government and international development perspective, before we do any work, before we can spend any money on any projects, we have to have an agreement. And that's particularly true here in Indonesia because it's a partnership, whether it's at the national level, the district level. It's always like, what are we going to do? What do we say we're going to do? And then we go do it, and then we check and see if we did what we promised. And so I think to me, that strikes me as like a similarity between social entrepreneurship and development work.
So yeah, I see Angin waiting to jump in. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so when we're talking about metrics, we're going to talk about different type of investors as well. Because like, for example, impact investors, who are the institutional impact investors, they have their own metrics, and it's like it's always complex. And sometimes it's not really suitable for the early stage enterprises because they're measuring like something that is too complex for them. So sometimes the smaller stage social enterprise would to focus on the measuring things without really doing what they should do. So it's really important to have the conversation with the investors about what do you actually measure. I mean, like, what the founders care and what do they want to measure for now, for the current stage. Because I also met one entrepreneur. So she met an investor who asked her to measure like how many people they can help. But actually, the vision of the social enterprise is the depth of the impact, not the breadth. So not so many people, but just few people, but deeper impact. So it's a good point for me that the founder should convince the investors that this is what we really care. This is the important thing for us. So they can convince them, and they don't get distracted about the measurement. So they should focus on like the impact and the business side of the enterprise.
That sounds like a difficult conversation, though.
I mean, but that goes back to your other point where the angel investor is a tool, and you have a choice. You should make a choice and conscious choice about when you use that tool, how you apply that tool. And some tools may not be right for your organization, right? Some tools may put you off track, give you a tangent that you just can't complete. I think when we talk about measurements, one of the rules of measurements is to take something that's realistic, something that you can measure, that's achievable, that you're not going to waste all your resources trying to capture, that's going to distract you from your purpose.
Yeah, question about purpose there also is like, because one unique thing about the academy is that we invited teams of 3. So it's about team building and everything. And Jet, as the director here, you meet a ton of youths, tons over the 3 years. Do you have any tips of what are the signs and what are the qualities needed in order to be a founder, a social enterprise founder, and a team member?
So I wouldn't say that you should be prescriptive about it. I don't think that it takes an extrovert to be a founder. That it takes certain types of skills or certain educations to do that. Although an American education doesn't hurt. I think maybe the thing is a willingness, the willpower to continue going through it. And I think that's an important part of any kind of entrepreneurship is that you don't stop at a failure, that you reinvent yourself, and that you constantly strive towards what it is you're trying to do or how you're willing to make an impact. You're taking risks and you're willing to take those risks. And sometimes those risks means you stop doing the project you're working on because your project is no longer getting you where you want to go, or it's not making the impact you wanted to have. But it also means that you don't easily give up on those projects. You push them all the way as far as you think they can go. So I wouldn't be prescriptive about what is the personality, but I would encourage everybody to be courageous and risk takers and persistent about trying to achieve those goals. And that's true, I think, on multiple levels. We're talking about social entrepreneurship here today, but I meet young people who are trying to perfect their English, their spoken English, and I think, or spoken American, as maybe. But I'd say the same thing is true for them. Be a risk taker. Speak, practice it. The most important part of speaking English is communication. The grammar can come later. If you can be understood, that's the important thing. And that's true also for applying to colleges, entrepreneurship, being a business owner, trying to innovate, do technology. It's about taking those risks. And I think anybody can do those things. It's not one skill set or one personality type to achieve those things.
Thank you. Stephanie, among the network you have, do you agree? There's no one type, and that everyone should just be courageous.
Yes, and also to add, I think patience is one of the things that I really want everyone to learn, because I think it's just one of the millennial things. I'm one of them. I get very impatient. I want things done quickly. I want it tomorrow. I want it done now, yesterday. And I think a lot of the persistence comes with patience. And, it's knowing when to go, it's knowing when to stop, it's knowing when to let go. And all these things are things that you learn along the way. So don't feel like you have to know everything today, because it's impossible to know everything. And that's why, again, back to the resources that you have, people like us, people like everything you can learn online, people you can learn from your neighbors. All these are tools where you can learn and apply. And I think not just, but again, I think one of the things that I briefly mentioned, but I think I want to reiterate is, learning how to let go also is just as important as knowing when to get investment, when to talk to people and things like that. Because, again, a lot of times we all love our ideas a little bit too much. We just want it to work so bad that we forget to have a reality check. And I think across any entrepreneurship level, that happens often. And again, a lot of wasted resources, wasted money, wasted time. So I think being realistic as well about yourself, about what you can do, knowing step by step isn't that bad. Step by step is great, and just knowing that and being realistic about everything, it really will really help your business as it scales up.
So You have to be a dreamer, but also be realistic, right?
Well, put it in objectives, right? I mean, I guess what can you achieve? What can you achieve now? What is good for now? And then what can I achieve later? Because a lot of times we plan for the end and we don't have the objective, the step-by-step that takes us there. And I think that's where the pitfall might happen. So doing that objectively, all right, here's what I can do now, next 6 months, next year, and so forth. I think that will help, even in implementing it, that will really, really help them.
I think I like the step-by-step. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they think getting an investment is the final step. But like what described is like the start of it. So I would like to pose the question to both, Tika and Helga, since you all went through the step. What comes next? I mean, these steps, you're saying the quarter reports and everything. Is it more challenging, less challenging, or? Oh.
The next stage for what?
After getting investments.
It's definitely much more exciting. Challenging, I would say it's much more challenging when you have a big vision but you don't have the money. So, so when you have the money, it's good because it helps you to it can help you to execute. Tapi overall, I think it's much more exciting. It helps you. If you find the right investors, it will help you going to the next level. That's what I would say.
Can I add from the investor's view? So investment is not like a one-off stage, right? So when you have like first round, you're gonna have like the next round, and you will like maybe like multiple times fundraising. So from the investor side, once the investment like dispersed, what they want is they want to exit someday. So it means that the enterprise should make profit, should make the financial return available for the investors. So that's the, what can I say? So that's the next step. Once you have the investment, you have to do your business, make sure that the investment can get their money back. That's the simple term of the investment.
To add to that, actually, after working with investors, we feel there is an extra pressure to be profitable, to execute well, and when you make a mistake, you always think of them as well, you know, because you know the money that you spend or mismanage is someone else's money. So it gives an extra pressure, but I think it helps you to become a better entrepreneur. Yeah.
So what was the first thing you spent on after getting the investments?
2 years back, yeah, bentar, let me. Lately, I've been losing a lot of my past memories. I think I've been just thinking for like what I will do tomorrow. First spend, yeah, 2016. We hired our first experienced middle manager, who we couldn't afford before, and he's one of our best investment until now. He's managing our central kitchen, and we saw a huge improvement on our efficiency in the central kitchen in the production side, and then opening new outlet. So when we raised, we actually wanted to use the money to open the to build the central kitchen facility. So before, we did the central kitchen in Mac's mom's house. Well, garage, yeah. Waktu itu we wanted to use the garage because that's where all the great entrepreneurs started their journey, right? The mom's garage. So the central kitchen facility, hiring the middle manager and opening the first outlet that was located in a prime space, which was in the Dharma Wangsa. Yeah.
So, Sean, apart from a garage, what do you think is needed in an ecosystem to develop all of this, to keep things going?
Well, I think that we were actually. I went up to Bandung, and I think we were talking about this a little bit. One thing that already exists, and I think you had commented on it, that you would have loved to have this type of a support network. So that's sort of the first step, and I think that's been a good first step. That it's not somebody coming to Indonesia telling you how to do it, but rather Indonesia finding a way to create its own solution. So I think that is something that, as I mentioned before, this is not new in Indonesia, but social entrepreneurship in this form, I think, is emerging. And so to continue to develop this, I think that the people who are involved in social entrepreneurship now need to continue to tell their story, even if they're not, like making your business run, finding investors if that's what you want to do, that's important, but also convince your family, convince your friends to tell the stories of why it's important to think about your society, your community from a change maker perspective. Like, how can I make things better? And it doesn't have to be like, bringing thousands of people water. It could just simply be, how can I make my street better? How can I make my town better? What do people need? And so to me, the other half of social entrepreneurship, and I mentioned this before, was the idea that you have to engender change and get people to appreciate the value of the change. The example that occurs to me from the United States is, once upon a time, people would just, drive along the road and they'd just throw their garbage out the window. They didn't care. And so what you end up with, you had garbage all over the roads. Now, when you go to the United States, there are signs that say it costs you $500 if you get caught throwing something out the window. And people don't throw things out the window anymore, partly because it costs them $500, but also because they recognize it just makes things terrible. It doesn't look pretty. It's not good. It doesn't help anyone when there's garbage everywhere. And so in the United States, that was a change that only happened partly because there was government, so civil society, social structure, and then also appreciation from the people living in society of why that was a just rule. And so to me, social entrepreneurship will flourish when people recognize the need for improved nutrition, more affordable health solutions, energy solutions, water solutions, education solutions, and people are, but it's a process.
So on the note of change, I think enough questions from me. Should we open it up to the audience? So should the public or the participants have any questions for our esteemed panelists? Please raise your hand. Someone will come with a mic. Okay, we have one. Can we pass the mic over? Okay, Dani is running up. Okay, and do we have a second question right after him? Okay, they don't raise your hands, yeah? Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Herzaldi. I want to question, what do the infrastructure and entrepreneurship in Indonesia, what the Indonesian on the too much debt and but too much resource.
Bisa pakai bahasa Indonesia aja ya.
Indonesia kan begitu kaya, tetapi kenapa banyak hutang? Dan kekayaan alamnya itu sungguh luar biasa sekali. Ini apakah karena kurangnya pengelolaan atau karena banyaknya korupsi atau... Ya, itu aja pertanyaan saya.
So for such a resource-rich country with so much potential, there seems to be a lot of missed potential. What do you think is the lack of it and what can be done to improve it?
I want to thank you first for a very, very easy question. I think it's fair to say that the emphasis that we see, whether it's through our cooperation between the United States and Indonesia on trying to improve, whether it's health or education or cooperation in technology, I think that we also can observe that people recognize that they want things to improve. We weren't involved in it, but everyone's looking outside today and they're like, I want to ride, or maybe they want to say, I want to ride on the MRT. They want like less machete, for example. Did that happen very, very fast? I don't think so. And so I'm afraid that, I wish there was a very simple answer of like, how do you just make things better? But I think that in the United States, for example, we continue to struggle with finding ways to balance what one group wants versus what another group wants. And that's a normal process. The good news is that there is a lot of interest here in Indonesia from the citizens of Indonesia to participate. They want to be heard. They want to tell their government what they think is important. And I think it's also valuable that the government continues to listen and wants and supports that right for people to express their opinions. So, like I said, I wish I could give you a very, very straightforward and simple answer of exactly how to snap my fingers and fix it. But I think what we're seeing is by participating and remaining involved, much like the social entrepreneurs here, change can start with something very small and work its way up. And I think that's about the best answer I can offer at the moment.
Thank you, Sean.
Boleh saya bantu tambahin nggak?
Please.
Iya. Kalau menurut saya, Mas, dari baca-baca berita ya, saya juga kan umurnya 28. Jadi saya itu kira-kira mengalami 3 kali atau 4 kali lah ya, 4 kali ganti pemimpin. Menurut saya salah satunya adalah benar kita ada decades of mismanagement menurut saya. Dan tentunya korupsi yang udah bukan hal baru, ini bukan rahasia lagi lah ya, kita tahu bahwa di negara kita banyak sekali terjadi korupsi di different levels. Apalagi zaman-zaman dulu, sekarang kita tahu bahwa negara kita lagi bebenah gitu kan, pemerintah lagi bebenah. Dan kalau saya ngelihat depth-nya kita itu memang actually meningkat ya, Tik, nanti mungkin dibenerin karena Tika lebih banyak belajar ekonomi, tapi actually debt ratio kita itu meningkat dan untuk lebih baik. Dan kenapa sekarang pemerintah kita bebenah bikin infrastruktur meskipun kita masih punya debt atau hutang, ya karena untuk menjadi bangsa yang maju kita butuh infrastruktur yang menunjang supaya ada pemerataan ekonomi nggak cuma di Jakarta doang sentralnya, tapi di seluruh daerah-daerah yang jauh-jauh dari Jakarta yang dulu kurang diperhatikan gitu. Jadi menurut saya tuh infrastruktur emang salah satu investasi yang perlu dilakukan pertama, baru kita bisa benahin human resource-nya, baru kita bisa jadi bangsa yang lebih kompetitif gitu. Jadi years of mismanagement in the past memang nggak bisa dibenerin hanya dalam waktu 5-10 tahun, tapi emang kita butuh years in the future dan partisipasi dari anak-anak muda kayak sekarang yang emang pengen bikin perubahan, tapi kita nggak mikirin bikin perubahan besar, kita bikin perubahan kecil, cuma pelan-pelan makin meluas gitu. Itu sih kalau misalnya dari limited knowledge of politics and economy of Indonesia ya.
It sounds like your own personal experience. Don't let the past, don't focus too much on the past mistakes and focus on the future.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Jet,
I'll try to be very quick, but I think that an important part of all of this is the kind of programs that that entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship is involved. The more people who are out there fixing the problem, being aware of the problem, the more people there are involved, you have greater transparency. And then that mismanagement, people will choose to go the path of the most efficiency. And so you can overcome some of those things by having more social entrepreneurship, more cooperation between government and society and community at large, and that transparency is that the sunlight effect is extremely important as we all work to reduce mismanagement or past mistakes.
Thank you. Terima kasih Pak pertanyaannya ya. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we have our second question. And number 3, yes, from Specialpreneur. Yes,
hello. First of all, congratulations for a very great program. And I just would like to know whether this is going to be done yearly, annually, or is it just for this 1 year? And secondly would this be only limited for a social enterprise? Because to make a change or be a change makers, we know that it doesn't limit only to the social entrepreneurship, but also some impact organization or public organization atau organisasi kemasyarakatan gitu.
Sorry, can you share your name and organization?
Oh.
Or just your name is fine.
Okay, my name is Fonita Amran. I'm from Go Global Indonesia.
Okay, thank you. And I assume your question is for Jet?
For the
The one person who can answer your question.
Okay. I mean, so At America hopes to continue to play a role and to contribute to this. I think one of the things we're going to do after all of the celebration's over, we're going to continue to watch and observe the various teams that were here today, but we're also going to do our own metrics and look at did we achieve what we were hoping to achieve in this kind of event, and if we think that was successful, our hope would be to try to do this again next year, but look for lessons learned from this program. And we obviously are open to looking for different ways of doing this, or different audiences, different groups that we might work with to build that change. I think one of the special things about At America is that although we are the U.S. Embassy's center here in Indonesia, we see ourselves as being a partner organization. We are an Indonesian-American organization. And so we're always looking for partners to come in and give us ideas, tell us what they think is the area where we need to be working with. So if you have ideas, if you see things here that you think could be done better or done differently, or audiences that we need to invite in, please come and talk to us and let us know what those ideas are, and we will see if there are ways that we can incorporate them or build new ideas to help build those and be a catalyst for the kind of change we all want to see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, yes.
Just very, very quickly, just to build on that, one of the things that the White House has recently announced is what's called the Women's Global Development Prosperity Initiative. And so that's something that we can also look forward to using to engage on development and entrepreneurship and empowerment. So just very briefly on that, so that's something we can also, for the future.
Thank you. And we have one question here from Specialpreneur.
Hello, my name is Fahmi. I'm from Specialpreneur. We're one of the participants in this academy. So I'd like to ask this question for Helga. So previously I watched the launching video for the Young Changemakers Social Entrepreneurship, and I watched the talk show that she said that she wasn't really aware that Bergrins was a social entrepreneur until you met these people and they tell you that Berggren is a social entrepreneur. And just now you told us that you wasn't really familiar with the social business model canvas and stuff, and you didn't really have enough knowledge about the business-wise. And my question is, in the first years of building up the business, have you ever felt like giving up, considering that the mission and the goal that you're trying to solve, the problems that you're trying to solve, wasn't really written out in the paper, and it was just like in the head, like in your head, in your heart, and yeah, what makes you go? What keeps you go?
What keeps us? Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you for the question. First year, jadi benar ya, it's true that when I started, it really, I think it was a lot of like risk taking and adrenaline, because I so believe in the idea and my partner. Jadi we didn't think so much about how to execute. We just started and do it, and we felt like we just needed to learn along the way. But actually, a few months before I started, I read a lot of books about entrepreneurship. So I was already preparing myself that I would do a lot of mistakes and make a lot of failures. And actually what keeps most entrepreneurs survive their first stage of the business is basically faith, persistence, and consistency. Jadi I already prepared myself to work hard, not get paid, Yeah, kayak that's kind of the mentality that obviously all the business books said, ya kayak nggak bisa expect kita dapat financial return tuh di first 3 years gitu. Jadi kita udah siap kerja keras lah gitu. First year, I think even though the business wasn't taking off yet, for me I remember it was a lot of excitement, adrenaline, because even though we were only serving a few customers, but they were really supporting of the idea. So we felt gimana ya, kayak something that we started from love, terus udah gitu we saw the products being consumed by consumers that loved it. meskipun uangnya belum ada tapi kita ngerasa apa ya, puas banget lah, fulfilled gitu. The second year itu when we when the reality hits gitu. Jadi kita udah rasa kerja keras banget 2 tahun tiap hari gitu kan, 16 jam sehari. Tapi kok we couldn't pay ourselves even with like normal salary that my friends would enjoy working in a corporation gitu kan. Jadi kayak gila nih, is this really how working with your passion and living your purpose really feel gitu. Kok kayaknya hidup gue menderita banget gitu. So the second year was tough, and because we work too much, kayak not enough rest, not enough money to sustain. Jadi I had to live with my parents. Itu kita lumayan hampir burn out. Jadi I think we almost burn out in the second year. Tapi what kept us going was that we actually started learning about mindfulness. Jadi kayak how to manage your stress, terus udah gitu kayak differentiate between the failures of the business with yourself, and then somehow it gave us strength to kayak reboot and restart again, even though the first waktu itu kayak we almost quit the journey, and especially me and my boy, kan I started with my boyfriend kan this business, and we broke up that time gitu. Jadi waktu itu we really were thinking to just exit the company, and I was really thinking to go back to the Netherlands. Cuma and then we were all reminded by our why, ya kan, when we started kan we had this vision to make healthy, ethical, and sustainable food to mainstream. Dan kita pingin brand yang lahir homegrown Indonesia tuh nantinya bisa ke Southeast Asia, bisa ke internasional gitu. Karena kita belum ngelihat brand yang seperti itu dari Indonesia gitu kan. Apalagi yang terkenal bukan hanya karena rasanya enak, tapi juga karena good for the customers and also kayak punya impact bagus ke petani gitu. Jadi kita benar-benar punya misi itu, dan waktu kita ingat, iya ya kita waktu itu kenapa kita gave up the comfortable life di Belanda, ya karena kita mau ngelakuin ini, dan kita masa cuma 2 tahun gini doang stop, so we continued gitu.
So and there was a happy ending, right?
Yeah, we got married now.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We have time for one last question. She first, lady first. Yeah, she raised her hand first.
Hello everyone, my name is Aimi, and I'm a part of community called Empowerment, a community to empower women in Lampung, Sumatra. So what we'd like, so we're thinking to include more young women to invest in the economy, because we hear more about investing in women, but we also would like to see more women investing since young. So my question is to Mbak Atika. How do you think Indonesian women fare in the investment area in Indonesia, and also perhaps maybe Mbak Helga and Mbak Stephanie can also share about how do Indonesian women fare in entrepreneurship? Thank you.
Thank you for the questions, and also for mentioning this women investing in women, right? So just a bit sharing that Angin actually started as a women fund. So it's initiated by 15 women entrepreneurs in Indonesia, and then the fund was focused on investing in women-led SMEs on that time. So I think the interest of women to invest in women is really big and is growing now, because what we previously, like few years back, the investment is usually like a big amount of money, and people like keep thinking about I have to be rich before I invest in something, right? And most of investment instruments are like the established like capital market, like stocks and bonds that maybe like many people are not familiar. But like nowadays, we have so many innovative tools of investing, like peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding, and that's one tool to to crowdsource the investment, especially investing in women. So Angin now is also like developing this new scheme where we want to crowdsource this smaller size of investment from public, to focus on these impact and the social-driven businesses. So I think it's a good thought.
This is a conversation waiting to happen.
Yeah, yeah. This is like a good good start,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, and now we are out of time. There's a way we always end at the academy, which is called Tenata, which is in 3 words. Just say, now I know. So now I know social entrepreneurship takes courage or something like that. So who would like to start?
Can we
3
start from
words.
there?
You can do it.
So this is last statement.
Yes. Yes. Last statement. Yes. 3 words.
Lord,
Gak gampang.
now I know social entrepreneurship attracts a lot of people.
Okay.
That's more than 3 words, I'm sorry.
Attracts a lot of people. Okay.
No, I mean, this is packed, you guys. Thank you for coming out. You guys are amazing.
Oh, Sean?
Now I know social entrepreneurship means never give up.
Okay.
Can I pass? Now I know that social entrepreneurs get a lot of support.
So I will steal from, this is the 70th year of the U.S.-Indonesia relationship, 70 years of working together, building each other together. So I'll steal from our motto for this year and say, social entrepreneurship is diversity, partnership, and prosperity.
Okay, let's end it. Atika?
It's difficult. So now I know that social entrepreneurship is about collaboration.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for everyone for coming. Okay, that wraps up the panel talk show session. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Check. All right, everybody, let's give big round of applause for our panelists and moderator. Pakai bahasa Indonesia aja kali ya sekarang. Jadi karena kita tadi udah dengerin gimana super insightful discussion ya tadi ya. Ya enggak. Ini kayaknya udah mulai nunduk main HP. Jadi aku mau listen up a bit deh. Kalau aku bilang selamat sore jawabnya apa? Tapi ada twistnya. Jadi kalau aku bilang selamat sorenya kencang, kalian kencang. Aku bilang selamat sore, kalian bisik-bisik ya. Oke. Selamat sore. Selamat sore. Selamat sore. Selamat sore. Selamat sore. Oke, tepuk tangan untuk semuanya. Jadi habis ini kita akan ada sesi presentasi dari 10 grup yang udah ikut acara kemarin. Gimana kalian excited, nervous? Gimana rasanya? Jadi aku mau ngasih tahu aja, acara ini tuh udah berlangsung dari Januari. Dan kemarin dimulai dari seleksi hingga kemarin para peserta yang ada di sini ikut bootcamp selama 3 hari. Tepuk tangan untuk semuanya dong. Keren banget. Nah, terus nanti untuk yang mau bertanya-tanya sama peserta kita, nanti peserta kita akan duduk di row paling depan. Yang grup 1 sampai 5 akan ada di sebelah sini, setelah presentasi 6 sampai 10 akan ada di sebelah sini. Jadi kalian yang mau tanya bisa langsung ke mereka aja ya. Oke, tanpa basa-basi lebih lanjut, kita mulai presentasi pertama. Jadi pertama ini we have Ionic. And Ionic ini bergeraknya di equality and empowerment. Okay, so Ionic, you might have the floor.
Have you ever thought before, when you live without hand or your feet? It's hard for me because maybe other people will bully me and it's hard for me to get a job. And we have a dream to make our friend with disability have their dream again.
And for that, we came with a solution to provide low-cost and functional prosthetic arms that we call AFTA Bionic. This product that we designed it to empower, encourage, and to equalize our friends with disability by changing their disability into an ability.
Based on data from Ministry of Labor and Transmigration, there are 11 million people with disabilities and 5% of which are limb disabilities. It is a big potential market for our product. And in addition, from discussion with many doctors, even our product is still in progress, but we have had the demand. So it means our product is needed. We will directly sell our product to hospital and rehabilitation center. And in the long term, we have a big goal that we will have our own rehabilitation center to train disabilities for crafting and using technology like 3D print, robotic, and other technology. So we also help them to have their own job.
And for that, we have a goal that in the first year, we want to sell 12 of our product. But we also plan to grow the sales rate by 5% per week. So in the 5th year, we could sell for about 307,000 units. And if we sell this one product by 20 million rupiah, we could get in 5 years an offset for about 6.14 trillion rupiah.
To reach their target, we have a team. My name is Muhammad Arifin Julian that focusing on research and innovation.
My name is Muhammad Yusuf Abdurrahman, focusing on manufacture and production line.
And my name is Aulia Fitria Ulfa, focusing in distributing and social enterprise.
And we have team too in University of Indonesia that focusing on research and hand prosthetic. And we have team in Institute Technology of Surabaya that focusing to research below knee prosthetic. And we supported by specialist doctor for rehabilitation, orthotics, and prosthetic in RSCM Hospital and University of Indonesia Hospital. And with that great team, we have been selected into the 110 Innovation Indonesia in 2018 from Business Innovation Center. And we need your support to make a new center for research in orthotics and prosthetic. And we need funding for our business. So we have a dream.
To change disability into an ability with prosthetic.
Oke, tepuk tangan sekali lagi dong untuk AFTA Bionik. Nah lo yang selanjutnya udah siap belum? Oke, jadi selanjutnya ini ada dari grup Morimom, geraknya di Health Tourism and Women Empowerment. Jadi Morimom ini comes as a social enterprise that desires to empower mothers from middle low income to create our products for our customer, mothers who are living in urban areas. They realize that nutritional intake during pregnancy moment is so crucial. For poor nutritional intake may cause stunting for the newborn. So they produce the moringa olive, yes. Yeah, processed through product to make sure that pregnant women can meet their nutritional needs. So Morimom products are moringa tea, moringa cinnamon tea, and moringa oats. They only use the best quality of Moringa oleifera that grow in East Nusa Tenggara. So, are you ready? All right, you may take the floor.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Do you know 1 of 4 Indonesian children is stunted? Stunting is more than a child is short. It means a child cannot reach their full potential of growth and development. One of the main reasons for stunting in Indonesia is undernutrition during pregnancy. While WHO states an area has chronic stunting, if the prevalence is more than 20%, one province in Indonesia doubled its number. East Nusa Tenggara has more than 42% of children under 5 years old is stunted. Meanwhile, East Nusa Tenggara is also one of the poorest provinces in Indonesia.
And Morimom is here to help prevent stunting, to increase their income so that they can buy nutritious food and prevent stunting. We empower moms from middle-low income categories in East Nusa Tenggara to make our products from moringa leaves, or usually known as daun kelor in Bahasa. Why moringa? First of all, East Nusa Tenggara has a lot resources of moringa leaves, and it is known that they have one of the best quality in the world. And Food and Agriculture Organizations by United Nations also highly recommends these moringa leaves to be consumed by pregnant women because of its high nutritional content, such as 9 times more iron compared to spinach and 14 times more calcium compared to milk.
So, what Mori Moms do? We sell moringa products like moringa tea, moringa oatmeal, and other healthy snacks from empowered women for pregnant women in Jakarta, 25 to 30-year-olds. To make it easier to get, we try to sell our product online.
In the next 3 years, we'll develop 6 variant product. And then after that, we reach our market in big another city in Indonesia. And then we rear the income up to 300 million rupiah. Here the team. I am Agus as a business law.
My name is Diana as the founder.
I'm Nadia as nutritionist.
We invite our audition to help us as mentor in public development, research, and marketing. And then we're looking to collaborate social entrepreneur, the same vision.
Stunting is not curable, but it is preventable. Let's work together. Mori Mom,
Moringa for mom, from mom to mom.
Terima
Thank you.
kasih.
Thank you, Mori Mom. Okay, for this third group, we have Tani Panen. So Tani Panen is about environment and community development. So Tani Panen is a social enterprise which wants to take a role in solving the problem. Tani Panen help farmers to distribute imperfect, ugly, including coloration, decoloration, size, scratch, asymmetry, or surplus agriculture products, both fruits and vegetables. They also process the products such as the juice several fruits that are called tapani. Our goals are to increase farmers' income, to solve hunger issue, to solve environmental impacts, and 4, to develop sustainable agriculture as well as to contribute SDGs goals. Okay, so let's give a big round of applause for Tani Panen.
Hello everyone. Not many people know farmers cannot sell 100% of the total products because up to 30% of the total products are ugly products, including size, shape, surplus, lack of the markets, and also scaring in the some parts. When the ugly food don't end in our plate, it will become waste. For environmentally, when it will be waste, it contributes up to 8% of the total gas emission carbon in the world, waste the water and also impact the biodiversity. So Tani Panen is trying to connecting farmer to culinary business, so farmer can increase their income as well as farmer can optimize their selling products, as well as Tani Panen is striving to reduce the environmental damage. In the first year, Tani Panen has already collaborated with 4 farmers from Bogor and one another agriculture startup Ayumart. Tani Panen focusing on the greater area Jakarta, and we have potential market more than 5,000 of the 5,000 of the business culinary, such as cafeteria, restaurant, catering, and other opportunities. Tani Panen, in 2018, Tani Panen got the first winner for Idea Startup Competition. So this is my team. My name is Wisnu. I'm CEO.
My name is Veski Junius as CMO.
My name is Indri as COO.
We don't want to stop in here. We wanted to make bigger impact for helping farmers and solving the environmental problems. So if you believe what we do, you can. We are looking for collaboration and also for, funding opportunities. Thank you.
Woohoo! Thank you, guys. All right, so for this next one is called Bumi Kami. Okay. So Bumi Kami focuses on environment, community development, women empowerment, and sustainable tourism. Bumi Kami is an entrepreneur project initiated by a group of Junior Youth Action Forum 2018, organized by United in Diversity, atau Yayasan Upaya Indonesia Damai, and SDSN Youth. Through Bumi Kami, they hope to give positive contribution in 3 sectors, which are economic, social, and environment. So let's welcome Bumi Kami.
Selamat malam. Tahun lalu NTT dikejutkan dengan berita Adelina. Adelina adalah seorang TKW yang bekerja di Malaysia. Sayangnya, ia harus kembali dalam peti mati. Dia pergi meninggalkan desanya hanya untuk mencari pekerjaan. Ini berarti lapangan pekerjaan di desa-desa terpencil sangat terbatas. Oleh sebab itu, Bumi Kami memberdayakan desa-desa terpencil untuk dijadikan destinasi wisata baru. Diharapkan dengan program ini tidak akan terjadi lagi kasus-kasus serupa. Parawetana Sumba Tengah adalah prototipe proyek kami. Fokus konsep kami adalah menghormati alam dan kekayaan kultur.
Sektor pariwisata itu memiliki demand yang terus meningkat setiap tahunnya. East Nusa Tenggara itself has at least 1 million visitors every year and it keeps growing. Dari jumlah tersebut, 20.000 diantaranya pergi ke Sumba. Nah, potensi-potensi seperti inilah yang ingin terus kita gali untuk mengembangkan pariwetana. Pariwetana menawarkan a life-changing experience bagi para pengunjungnya. Di sana para travelers bisa merasakan seperti apa sih rasanya hidup sebagai orang Sumba. Mereka juga bisa merasakan keindahan kampung adat Dari Kambajaya, kemudian menikmati kesenian pahat, anyam, tenun, dan juga landscape hutan bambu yang dimiliki oleh Pariwetana. Karena itu target kami, dalam 1 tahun ke depan kami akan mengundang setidaknya 2.000 pengunjung baru ke Pariwetana dan menciptakan setidaknya 50 pekerjaan baru bagi warga di sana.
Dan tim kami terdiri dari saya, berfokus pada partnership, Via berfokus pada market, dan juga Iza berfokus pada product development. Dan kami juga mempunyai satu teman kami yang ada di Sumba yang bernama Sophie, dia bertugas sebagai field coordinator di sana. Dan project ini juga disponsori juga oleh United in Diversity untuk melakukan prototype project ini, dan kami juga melakukan partnership dengan 2 universitas, yaitu IPB dan juga ITB, untuk bisa melakukan proyek ini secara keberlanjutannya. Dan kami dari Bumi Kami memanggil teman-teman semua yang mempunyai ketertarikan pada pengembangan desa wisata untuk bisa berkolaborasi dengan kami. Bila kalian mempunyai travel agent atau CSR yang bisa berkolaborasi dengan kami, please let us know. Dan juga jadikan Pariwetana masuk ke dalam bucket list kalian agar tidak ada lagi Adelina lain, dan juga agar ibu-ibu ini tidak harus meninggalkan desa dan juga anaknya. Terima kasih.
Super empowering and uplifting banget. Thank you guys. Untuk selanjutnya Papon. Aku tertarik banget sama namanya nih. Lucu. It's my favorite. The name is my personal favorite. Anyway, it's about environment and tourism. So Papon atau Pariwisata Pontianak. Oh, apparently that's what it stands for. A game to promote Pontianak tourism. It's a game. It's highly needed because based on the discussion done by researchers with Badan Promosi Pariwisata Kota Pontianak in 2018, it shows that promotional content on Pontianak City is not varied enough and the information is not centralized yet. In a line, based on Badan Pusat Statistik Pontianak, this case affects the number of foreign and local tourists of Pontianak City low compared to other cities in Indonesia. So let's welcome Papon.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's our pleasure for us to stand before you. In this occasion, we would like to present our proud project named Papon. First of all, have you ever heard about Pontianak City? Yes. Okay. If I want to go to Pontianak City, can you tell me where to go? Maybe yes, maybe no. Even me myself, as a person who lived in Pontianak for 22 years, when my friends from another country or another city was visiting Pontianak, I couldn't really promote my city really well because I didn't have the information and I was not even really aware about that. Well, in fact, there are 70,000 small medium enterprises in Pontianak, and there are a lot of beautiful tourism spots in Pontianak.
That is why we come up with one solution, which is making interactive content, and game is one of them to promote tourism spot. You might be wondering why it should be game. Because based on the data of our government, it says there are 84% of Indonesians have smartphones and half of them play games. And then the next problem arises. There are 17,000 SMEs, or in Bahasa we call it UMKM, or local product available, but in fact there are only 40 of them which are available in modern market. That is why by our content, interactive content, we are collaborating with them, local product, as the reward for players. So players will collect points and redeem or purchase them for the rewards.
Oke, untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang sudah disampaikan oleh Dimas mengenai kurangnya akses informasi pariwisata yang lengkap tentang Pontianak dan juga produk lokal Pontianak yang kurang terpromosikan dengan baik, Papon yang saat ini sudah berjumlah 14 orang dalam tim kami sedang dalam tahap pengembangan prototipe game kami, di mana target kami adalah untuk meningkatkan visitors ke pariwisata Pontianak sejumlah minimal 700 orang dalam setahun dan juga minimal 5 UMKM terpromosikan dengan baik tiap bulannya dalam setahun melalui platform kami. Untuk itu, untuk mencapai target tersebut, kami sangat membutuhkan support di bidang design tools dan juga game production agar platform kami semakin maksimal pemanfaatannya. Dan juga kami mengundang partner-partner yang ingin berkolaborasi untuk menghasilkan dampak yang semakin besar terutama di bidang industri kreatif.
Because to make Indonesia better, all started from local.
Thank you.
Wow, I really love the jargon though. All right. So for group 6, I think you need to wait first karena kita akan ada quiz dulu. Jadi nervousnya ditahan dulu ya. Kita akan ada hadiah spesial, tapi rahasia guys. Jadi yang bisa jawab please maju, oke? Jadi pertanyaan pertama, ada berapa tim yang ikut YCSE Academy Bootcamp? Maju kali ya. Kalau ngangkat tangan kehitung nggak ya? Ayo siapa yang bisa? Oke bentar. 1, 2, 3. Ya masa Aziz. Lagi. 1, 2, 3. Mbaknya boleh deh. Ayo mbak, sini mbak. Tepuk tangan dulu buat mbaknya. Halo mbak. Halo. Namanya siapa? Boleh kenalin dari mana?
Aduh grogi. Takut salah sih. Hai, aku Bella. Aku dari grogi. Aku dari ambasador hashtag Kita Mulai Sekarang dan juga baru jadi relawan. Membernya ya? Pertanyaan berapa tim? 10 bukan sih?
Boleh nyebutin 3 namanya nggak?
Yang aku tahu Bumi Kita. Bumi Kami. Kalau salah ya. Terus yang kedua The Mami. Sama satu lagi aku nggak tahu sih.
Ya udah gak apa-apa, tepuk tangan untuk
Kasih.
Mas, tim hadiahnya mana hadiahnya? Oh, hubungi dia katanya. Oke, terima kasih Bella. Pertanyaan kedua. siapa yang menyelenggarakan YCSE Academy? Kayaknya masnya ini nih udah nafsu banget dari tadi. Sini mas. Mas siapa namanya mas?
Halo, nama saya Nara. Halo. So, pertanyaannya adalah siapa yang menyelenggarakan acara ini? Boleh aja kali ya. At America, is it? Oh ya, ada campaign. Ya, at America and campaign. Yeah.
Atau mau nyanyi mas di sini boleh? Oke, terima kasih mas. Pertanyaan ketiga, sebutkan nama 5 speaker tadi / panelis tadi dan moderator sesi talk show tadi. 1, 2, 3. Mana mas? Oke, bapak sini pak. Shock. Boleh nggak nyontek guys? Enggak, ada bisikan. Ya Pak, dari mana namanya siapa? Oh baiklah.
Ya dari, nama saya Misran Lubis, saya dari sebuah LSM nasional. Kebetulan salah satu lembaga jaringan kita ada di sini, jadi kita mendampingin saja. Kita hebat. Iya. Yang pasti nama-namanya mereka masih ada di sini semuanya.
Yang lengkap ya Pak?
Ya, makanya saya mau nyontek kalau lengkap. Enggak, karena saya sempat mendokumentasikan bukan karena ada pertanyaan, tapi sebagai komunikasi selanjutnya ya. Iya, iya. Yang pertama ada Sean McKee. Ya, ini ada Economic Assistant Entrepreneurship at Infrastructure. Iya. Oke, yang kedua Jet C. Dombung. Dombung, iya. Ini orangnya. Donbuk. Ketiga Benedikta Atika. Ini dia orangnya, ya. Ketiga ada Sophie Arifin. Ini. Stefani Arifin, sorry. Stefani Arifin, ya maklum antara kacamata dengan ini dia. Yang ketiga Ibu Helga. Lengkap ya, Ibu Helga Angelina. Iya, yang ini. Dan moderatornya hebat banget tadi itu ya. Wilson William Gondokusumo. CEO campaign. Iya, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bapak, nanti hadiahnya setengah aja kali ya. Tadi agak typo ngomongnya ya, nggak ada yang bohong. Oke, terima kasih untuk semuanya yang udah jawab. Tepuk tangan dulu dong. Sekarang kelompok yang ke-6 boleh deg-degan lagi karena ini giliran kalian. Ya. Jadi ke-6 ini namanya adalah specialpreneur. The issue works on equality and environment. Specialpreneur is a socialpreneurship by a person with special condition that focuses on the preservation of the local heritage and the environmental waste management. Wow. We are on missions to create an equality, alleviate discrimination, and make positive changes for society. Let's give a big round of applause for Specialpreneur.
Selamat malam semua.
Specialpreneur berangkat dari data yang kami temui di Kabupaten Tanjung Jabung Barat, Provinsi Jambi, bahwa 7 dari 10 anak disabilitas pasca sekolah masih tidak memiliki kesempatan kerja. Padahal mereka memiliki talenta, bakat, dan prestasi yang dapat membanggakan dan menghasilkan karya-karya yang bernilai di masyarakat. Selama 2 tahun kami telah membina mereka, memfasilitasi melalui pelatihan hard skill maupun soft skill. Dan inilah karya-karya mereka. Dari salah satu produk kami adalah tengkulu, penutup kepala tradisional khas perempuan Indonesia. Maksudnya adalah Provinsi Jambi. Yang kami revitalisasi menjadi turban instan dan bersama pemerintah daerah selama 1 tahun kami berhasil menjual 200 lebih produk tengkuluk kepada pemerintah daerah.
Untuk mensustain social enterprise ini, kami mengangkat produk tengkuluk instan ini sebagai produk utama kami yang akan dikreasikan dan didesain menjadi lebih modern, lebih simple, lebih praktis cara penggunaannya, juga mengikuti tren warna di pasar hingga menjadi lebih fashionable. Namun tetap menggunakan kain batik khas Jambi sebagai bahan dasar hingga juga kain-kain Nusantara lainnya. Tujuannya adalah agar tengkuluk ini bisa lebih dikenal dan mungkin menjadi alternatif tren fashion baru hingga menjadi ikon penutup kepala wanita khas Indonesia di mata dunia. And through this opportunity, we're looking out for help, support from anyone, especially from any of you guys who has background in business development, product designer. We need help, we want to collaborate.
Saya mewakili teman-teman Specialpreneur berharap mendapat dukungan dari semua pihak. Because I know I'm capable despite of my physical condition. Saya Agit.
Saya Fahmi.
Saya Dina as founder, terima kasih.
Tepuk tangan sekali lagi untuk Specialpreneur. Keren banget ya. Aku pengen beli deh. Kebetulan aku juga ngefans sama emang suka kain-kain tradisional kayak gitu. Alright, next one it's shop141.id. So this is about environment and zero hunger. Technology-based innovation which allows everyone to become #pahlawan gizi atau #nutrition heroes only by buying a snack box or other product labeled shop 141. You contribute to the environment of nutrition of children under 5 who come from underprivileged family because there are benefits allocated to providing nutritious food for them. So let's welcome shop141.id.
Did you know we can save stunting children from growth failure or being stunted? There's a student called Eva. She saw that the prevalence of stunting children is so high in Samarinda, Kalimantan. More than 25%, and most of them are from impoverished family which struggling to provide nutritious food for their children. At the other side, she saw that the campus even and students have high snack boxes demand. But the local snack producers couldn't reach that. They're struggling in branding and marketing and have insignificant sales. So she had an idea to sell snack boxes through a platform where some revenue will be allocated to provide nutritious food to help stunting children to catch up growth. And it's already run with name Shop 141. We've tested the market last year and it's proved only in 2 active months of hustling, we've passed the break-even point with net profit margin 66% and impact 60% of stunting children under 2 years old in our pilot project area, collaborate with puskesmas and local communities. So basically, Shop 141 is a marketplace which has social value in each transaction but still with fair prices, focusing in branding and marketing to gain more orders for our suppliers, start from local snack producers. So we build partnership with them, also take responsibilities in quality controlling, delivery management, also maintain good relationship with customers. Our next target in 2020 is increasing the sales, increasing 200% of sales and save 70% of stunting children in a village in Samarinda. And this is my team.
I am Merinda Cindy Yunita as CIO and hipster.
I am Fajar Khairuman as CTO and hacker.
And I'm Hera as CEO and hustler. We have big dream. Indonesia zero stunting by 2030. Zero stunting is impossible to be achieved if working alone. So we hope some of you could be our mentors, suppliers, or collaborators to make stunting go zero together for Indonesia through Shop 141. Shop 141, enabling everyone to be a zero hunger hero. Shop 141,
make order, make impact.
Thank you.
Keren banget ya tadi, hustler, hacker, sama hipster. Kalau aku sleeper. Anyway, next group ini dari namanya Kita Hebat. Yaitu issues-nya environment and nutrition. So, the campaign is about to stop climate change and in the same time to reduce inequalities by empowering the disadvantageous in Medan City to manage biogas, organic or hydroponic farming and recycled products. The SAM school is made of bamboo with motto, kind for all, means not only kind to disabilities or special needs people or low-income family, but also to the environment. We have empowered about 50 special needs students and 200 children or teens from low-income family to participate actively in promoting sustainable environments by projects, exhibition, seminars, and workshop. So let's welcome Kita Hebat.
Selamat malam semuanya.
Horas.
Tahukah kamu di tahun 2018 Kota Medan dinobatkan menjadi salah satu kota paling kotor di Indonesia. Penyebabnya adalah karena banyaknya sampah dan limbah yang tidak terorganisir menjadikan perubahan iklim dan permasalahan lingkungan. Dan hal inilah yang menjadi permasalahan yang terjadi di Kota Medan, khususnya di daerah Medan Selayang. Untuk membantu permasalahan ini, kami dari tim Kita Hebat berinisiatif menghentikan climate change dengan mengubah limbah kotoran sapi menjadi biogas dan pupuk cair dan mengolah sampah menjadi recycle product berupa souvenir yang dapat diminati masyarakat luas dengan model yang menarik.
Pada saat yang sama, kami juga ingin menghentikan ketidaksetaraan dengan memberdayakan anak berkebutuhan khusus serta low income family. Sebagai produsen kami dalam proyek kami, saat ini kami memberdayakan 50 anak berkebutuhan khusus dan 200 low income family yang turut mengelola biogas, pupuk cair, produk daur ulang, dan hidroponik. Kita Hebat merupakan satu-satunya produsen di Medan, yaitu produsen biogas, yang saat ini harganya dari medium ke high. Produk-produk kami
dipasarkan masih di sekitaran Medan dan selalu tersedia untuk 1 juta orang emak-emak, komunitas pecinta alam, perusahaan, dan sekolah di sekitar Medan yang memungkinkan mereka juga turut serta untuk menghentikan climate change dan global warming, juga menjadikan kota Medan yang bersih dan ramah lingkungan.
Setiap Anda belanja, produk-produk kita hebat. Anda akan mengkontribusikan 10% untuk membantu stakeholder pertama kami, yaitu anak berkebutuhan khusus dan low income family. Kami berharap ke depannya, kami mampu menyelesaikan permasalahan lingkungan di Kota Medan dengan mengajak masyarakat untuk beralih menggunakan biogas dan produk daur ulang yang kami buat. Kami juga berharap kami dapat menghapus ketidaksetaraan dengan membantu anak berkebutuhan khusus dan menaikkan income keluarga yang kurang mampu. Kami sangat membutuhkan investasi modal untuk melanjutkan dan mengembangkan proyek kami ini ke depannya. Remember, kita hemat, kita hebat. Be vegan, act for the disadvantages now.
Thank you.
Yay! Keren banget. Good job. I really like your vest. Aku suka banget vestnya. Bikinin ya 1 buat aku. Oke, selanjutnya ini mengingatkan aku kepada judul lagu reggae. Namanya Hokoko. Keren banget emang. Kayak ini juga ya, minuman coconut gitu ya. Oke, Hokoko tidak lain tidak bukanlah House of Coconut. Itu bergeraknya di House of Coconut Craft, and the environment, community development, and women empowerment. So House of Coconut Craft atau Hokoko is social enterprise that located in Plampangwan Village, Kulon Progo, Yogyakarta. In 2017, there were 20% residents in Kulon Progo that were located below poverty's line. One of the villages in Plampangwan Village has 2 main potentials, which are coconut husk and unemployed women. Yeah, that's potential. That haven't been utilized optimally. Therefore, Hokoko will help to solve the problems and improve Plampangwan Village's economy and welfare to support and create better environment by empowering and educate unemployed women to produce cocoa craft. So let's welcome House of Coconut Craft.
Siapa yang tidak kenal dengan Yogyakarta? Sebuah daerah indah di tengah Pulau Jawa dengan berbagai macam wisata serta kebudayaan lainnya. Namun di balik semua itu ternyata masih banyak masalah, khususnya di pinggiran Yogyakarta, yaitu di Kulon Progo. Kami menemukan suatu dusun di Kulon Progo, yaitu Dusun Pelampang, tingkat kemiskinannya masih sangat tinggi. Selain itu juga ibu-ibu di sana masih sangat tidak produktif. Dan masalah utama lainnya adalah limbah serabut kelapa yang masih banyak ditemukan di pinggiran jalan. Oleh karena itu, kami dari House of Coconut Craft mencoba menghadirkan suatu solusi, yaitu industri kreatif berbasis pemberdayaan wanita dengan bahan dasar limbah serabut kelapa.
Saat ini Hokoko memiliki 2 produk utama. Yang pertama adalah Koko Poti yang merupakan media tanam yang dibuat oleh ibu-ibu desa Pelampang yang tujuannya adalah untuk media tanam edukasi. Dengan segmen pasar mahasiswa dari sekolah dasar maupun sekolah-sekolah menengah lainnya, kami berharap ini dapat menjadi pasar yang baru yang berpotensial besar untuk kedepannya. Lalu yang kedua ada Koko Kitchen, yaitu adalah souvenir gantungan kunci yang akan menjadi ciri khas dari daerah Kulon Progo itu sendiri. Dan ini didukung oleh data dari Dinas Pariwisata yang menyebutkan bahwa lebih dari 5 juta turis asing maupun domestik mengunjungi Kulon Progo setiap tahunnya. Ditambah dengan segera diresmikannya New Yogyakarta International Airport yang ada di Kulon Progo itu sendiri. Lalu dari mana kami mendapatkan keuntungan atau profit? Dari setiap penjualan itu kami menyisihkan 15% profit itu untuk kami, dan 15% lainnya untuk pengembangan di desa. Dan untuk mencapai target tersebut, kami berencana untuk mendistribusikan produk-produk kami ke berbagai hotel, sekolah, dan berbagai
toko-toko souvenir yang berpotensial besar.
Tim kami sendiri saat ini terdiri dari beberapa mahasiswa UGM, salah satunya saya Laila sebagai Human Resource Development.
Saya Helmi Nur Wahid sebagai Content Media Creator.
Saya Muhammad Dafa dari bagian marketing.
Dan kami juga dibantu oleh 15 orang ibu-ibu dari Pelampang sebagai mitra kami. Untuk kedepannya kami berencana mendirikan bank limbah sabut kelapa di mana nantinya warga lain dapat menjual sabut yang mereka miliki untuk kemudian kami olah sehingga kami dapat memberikan manfaat untuk orang lain. Selama 2 tahun ini kami mendapat dukungan dari beberapa pihak seperti Bupati Kulon Progo, tim kreativitas UGM dan salah satu tayangan televisi Si Unyil. Kami juga pernah mendapatkan beberapa penghargaan seperti juara perunggu Pimnas, program Hibah Bina Desa, dan pendanaan dari YCSE Seeds for the Future.
Oleh karena itu, kami dari Host of Coconut Craft mengajak seluruh hadirin yang ada di sini yang mempunyai kesamaan visi untuk bergabung bersama kami dan mensupport kami khususnya di bidang pembinaan serta pemasaran. Karena kami berharap produk-produk dari ibu-ibu dusun Pelampang ini dapat menjangkau ke seluruh negeri bahkan sampai internasional dan membantu perekonomian desa kalau bisa sampai Kulon Progo hingga menjadi lebih baik lagi. Hokoko,
plan your creativity, help
the
society.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Okay, definitely. Last but not least, this is 3 upcycle. Kayaknya selebgram ya 3 upcycle ini ya. Banyak yang anyway, dia bergerak dalam bidang environment and sustainable fashion. Oh, look at them. Damn. Anyway, 3 Upcycle is a social enterprise based in Bali using upcycled materials to promote conscious consumption and a planet Earth with more trees. We produce fashion accessories from remnant and old fabrics as main materials, then donate the profits from the sales to 6 NGOs who support the forests in Indonesia. In the future, we want to broaden our scope by playing with other materials reduced waste, raising awareness and reforestation. So let's welcome 3 Upcycle!
Hi, we're 3 Upcycle. Let us let you know some trivias about Indonesia. Did you know that Indonesia is the world's 2nd largest polluter? Around 25% of the waste are fabrics. And did you know that every year the forests of Indonesia were burned? The worst one is happened in 2015 where we lost 2.6 million hectares of our forest. Knowing those problems, have you ever feel like you really want to do something about it, but you don't know how? From there, 3 Upcycle inspired to make everyone be able to be part of the solution. How? This is the solution or the answer. This cool bandana is made out of upcycled fabric, and actually this is an old bed sheets from hotels in Bali. There are more than 2,000 hotels in Bali, and 3 Upcycle is here to help them reducing their waste by expanding their lifetime. And not only bandana, we also produce tote bags, pouches, and many other products, and we just sell them out. Surprisingly, we have more than 5 million tourists, which is our first target market, and that's why our market is really big actually. And we're not stopping at selling it. The most fun part is that we donate our profits to the grassroots organization who are doing something for the forest of Indonesia.
Berdiri di 2016, kami telah menjual lebih dari 10.000 produk dan bekerja sama dengan 80 bisnis. Maka dari itu kami telah menanam 1.000 pohon di Kalimantan dan Bali, membangun 20 bendungan untuk mengairi hutan gambut, mendukung konservasi binatang, dan banyak proyek lainnya yang telah kami dukung.
And now our main campaign is called 3 for 3, which means if you guys buy one of our product, you will plant 1 tree in Central Kalimantan. And we want to scaling up. So this year, we aim to sell 8,000 products and gain 650 million rupiah revenue. By hitting that goal, we will reduce 750 kilograms fabric waste in Bali.
And we also be able to plant 4,000 trees. But to make it happen, we are calling you to be our partner and collaborate in conserving Indonesia's forests. And now, we have 6 people in our team. I'm Echi.
And I'm Anissa.
I'm Ayu.
We are people who believe that this world can be a better place to live. And we also believe that every single person in this room have the power to make a difference, no matter how small. And that's why we want you to be with us on this journey to be part of the solution. Because if not us, then who? And together, we stand for the forest.
Yay, good job guys. Thank you. Ayo dong, tepuk tangan untuk 10 grup yang tadi dong. Mana. Sebelum lanjut, aku mau tes lagi dong yang selamat sorenya. Masih pada merhatiin nggak? Ayo. Selamat sore. Salah nih masnya. Ayo, selamat sore. Selamat sore. Selamat sore. Selamat sore. Luar biasa, tepuk tangan lagi. Yang banyak. Anyway, mau ngingetin lagi aja. Jadi untuk yang penasaran sama kelanjutan gimana sih bisnis mereka, mau tanya-tanya, mau investasi mungkin, nanti pas sesi networking mereka semua akan ada di sini. Untuk grup 1 sampai 5 akan duduk di sini. Untuk grup, benar kan? Ya, 6 sampai 10 akan duduk di sini. Lalu agenda berikutnya adalah penayangan video. Jadi para peserta kita ini udah 3 hari di bootcamp, udah belajar, udah mungkin ada yang cinlok gak nih? Dia udah dapat banyak ilmu, pengalaman, perjuangan luar biasa deh. Tapi perlu diingat lagi hari ini bukan, this is not the end of your journey. Because what? Mereka 10 tim ini akan presentasi dan launching produknya di Amerika. Keren banget gak sih? Yeah, so just stay tuned for more updates from their groups. Okay, so inilah video yang sudah dibuat oleh tim. Selamat menonton.
This program is a program to help young Indonesian students and entrepreneurs understand how to become better social entrepreneurs, to learn new skills, to meet other teams, and to practice and develop their business skills.
It's important that we move beyond just a concept of charity or just a concept of business to look at this middle field where what people need to buy, what people want in their lives can help support the kinds of passions and social activity that they want to see happen around the world.
Kami mendapatkan materi dan untuk social enterprise juga kami mulai mengerti apa itu, apa yang dibutuhkan, bagaimana cara kami mendapatkan funding, terus kriteria dan mungkin karakter-karakter investor yang sesuai dengan social enterprise.
Young Changemakers Social Enterprise Academy di
Good job to all. Oke, sekarang aku mau ngundang dong seluruh peserta untuk maju ke panggung. Ayo semua peserta. Dan aku akan undang juga para panelis beserta moderator untuk join kita di sini. I would also love to invite the panelists as well as the moderator to join us on the stage. Oh yeah, don't forget to bring your certificate because we will have our photo session. Sambil menunggu yang berpose akan aku sebutkan satu-satu yang sudah berhasil melewati 3 hari ini. Yaitu dari Akta Bionik, ada Muhammad Arifin Julian, ada Aulia Fitria Ulfa, Muhammad Yusuf Abdurrahman. Lalu dari Morimom ada Goi Diana Sulistianingrum, ada Augustinus Sitompul, dan Nadia. Setelah itu dari Tani Panen kita punya Wisnu Febri Arfianto, Indriani Rahayu, dan Veski Zunius. Dari Bumi Kami ada Alivia Alfriarti, Eka Novia Endriani, dan Meriza Netaniel. Dari Papon ada Rian Oktaviandi, Dimas Apriandi, dan Maudina Trihartasya. Selanjutnya dari Specialpreneur kita punya Siti Maidina Herdianti, Fahmi Rizal Chaniago, dan Gigi Dwi Prasetyo. Dari shop141.id ada Herawati, Fajar Kairuman, dan Merinda Cindy Yunita. Dari tim Kita Hebat kita punya Ira Indriani Benmani Huruk, Clara Juwita Tarigan, Mel Sandi Sihombing. Lalu dari House of Coconut Craft ada Ira Indriani, aku salah baca nama kayaknya. Dari Tri Upcycle kita punya Anissa Fauzia, Delsiana Delista Togatorop, dan I Gusti Ayu Pernamasari. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here are our Young Changemakers Social Enterprise Academy. Yeay, tepuk tangan untuk semuanya.
Oke, seperti biasa teman-teman, kita akan Young Changemakers Social Enterprise Academy Be Socialpreneur, oke ya? Ya, di hari terakhir ya teman-teman. Oke, teman-teman, sekarang kita di hari keberapa? Young Changemakers Social Enterprise Academy Be Socialpreneur. Yeay!
Sudah, boleh kembali ke tempat duduk masing-masing? Oke, terima kasih semuanya. Thank you. Tidak terasa nih, aku udah harus selesai. Ya, balik dulu ke tempatnya. Terima kasih semuanya, kalian keren-keren banget. Oke, untuk selanjutnya akan lanjut ke sesi dinner and networking. Dan aku akan closing di sini. Aku Aska, aku pamit undur diri. Sampai ketemu di lain waktu. Semoga sekarang aku akan handover ke At America.
Oke, boleh tepuk tangan yang lebih keras lagi untuk semua panelis dan juga grup yang sudah berpartisipasi pada hari ini. Dan acara selanjutnya adalah networking, jadi bisa langsung kalau mau yang bertanya-tanya dengan para peserta atau juga dengan para mentor dan panelis, silahkan saja. Dan terima kasih untuk kehadirannya hari ini. Hope to see you guys at another At America event. Bye everyone.